Greetings, YouTube. I don't know if we're going to get any event quest completion points for this new Thronebreaker difficulty. As you can see from the how to get points, you scroll all the way down, you get Master Uncollected, Cavalier, and that's it. 7,000 points for Cavalier in the final chapter like usual. This is so new, it's not even coded correctly, it feels like, in it. Which is a huge issue with, with the design. I am going to attempt, though, to jump into Thronebreaker. I'm not going to do the whole thing. This would be an hour video. But I am just going to see what it's like and at least go into the first chapter and do a preview. PI is 42,000. That's about side quest level. That didn't seem that bad. And we've got a science attacker, knocking down, petrify, burden of might. Okay, so with this, I'll just show you the science team I usually rock with. Immortal Abomination is an MVP. I might actually put Scorpion in this time too. But you combine that with, because I run Suicides, the Restoration Kit Synergy, and it is oftentimes a pretty awesome experience, faux show. So let's just jump in and see what happens. And I can officially use some energy. It's going to suck if I complete something and get 0 event quest completion points. Always make sure you've asked for help for energy before you move on further, too. Alright, so I am going to start with Immortal Abomination and just see what happens. You know, people always say, Prof, do you even clear your own content? You never post fights. Well, I mean, it's not great gameplay, you know? But here's the deal. If I suck, then people go, see, I told you he sucks. And if I do well, people say, it's just because he's got a good roster. He doesn't actually have any skills. Also, I feel like I need to switch this up next time and go parry heavy with good old Cap Infinity War. Alright, let's use a striker, shall we? Well, the good news is I'm not losing any health. The bad news is it's a long fight. It is amongst the easiest defenders ever, though. Although when I first started playing this game, I had no idea, like 0 idea, that you could dex through specials. And the first time I saw somebody do this with an OG Iron Man beam like that, I thought they'd hack the game. It was like the most impressive thing I'd ever seen in my life. Alright, so I finally got 2 Furies. And he is almost done. And once again, didn't lose any health, so all's well that ends well, but it was a long fight. This is also why I'm only going to do, one path. Alright, let's try Scorpion out this time. We'll see. Against everyone's favorite Spider-Man 2099. That power drain's a little annoying. I'm worried about the Bishop fight, if I'm being honest. And I just parried and it didn't work. Fired off the special 2. There's the Petrify I was looking for. And as you can see, unlike Immortal Abomination, the Furies are gaining them up to 7. Make that 9. Well, I get to 10. I got to the max in 10. Alright, so this fight's going better. So, the difficulty so far, for what it's worth, I think is fine. Alright, I'm going to try, this might be a really dumb idea. I'm going to try parry heavy in a bunch with Cap Infinity War and then build into a special too. Just seeing what happens. But this is the fight that I am missing a parry snap. I'm worried about this fight. I'm worried about all Bishop fights. And I don't care Who knows it? Alright, I'm trying to build to his special 2, but don't. Just going to block that. Ooh. There's the incinerate I've been worried about. And the power drain. And I'm going to be dead. God, I hate this fight so much. And then, of course, he's way worse now. What do I want to do? What do I want to do? Bring a Red Hulk for this fight. If you've got one. Alright, starts off with special 1. I'm starting off with incinerate. Again, it's not even Thronebreaker difficulty other than the fact that he's got more health. Normally I just throw Nick Fury in, but it's Bishop, right? So that's going to screw me over big time. Alright, I was excited to get to special 2, but of course that didn't work. His health is slowly melting. Didn't dex that perfectly. And I've got a bunch of revives that are about to expire, so at least there's that. Alright, did that. He's so close. He's so close. He's at 7%. And of course at 7%. I'm done. Alright, screw it. We're going to bring in Nick Fury and just melt him at the end. Because he can take the everything. Don't tell me the AI isn't smart enough to know with Bishop that you fire a special right away, by the way. I don't believe it. Don't buy it. Well, we're back to Immortal Abomination. Let's see. What do I have in my overflow? Alright, so I've got a level 1 revive that's about to expire with 2 pods. So, again, if you don't have suicides, always use boost before you revive. But suicides, particularly somebody like Cap Infinity War, who's about to lose more health, if I do that, it's not going to help. Alright, so I'm going to use those items that are about to expire, and then what I'm going to do is claim them, because every once in a while, not often, but every once in a while I forget to do that, and then I realize, like, it could be 3 a.m. when I wake up. Crap, I never claimed it. So we jumped into it. This really does feel like just a longer version of Cavalier, which I suppose is the point. Now, if the bosses suck, that's going to mean, you know, more getting wrecked. But you can see the parry heavy, which is the strategy anyway for Cap Infinity War. Really good for this month. Even I'm getting crits 16k. Look at all those Furies. And that was beautiful. I don't want to push him to a special 3, though. And, okay. So, other than the Bishop fight, I was excited to do that. And you notice that I, well, didn't get knocked out. Alright, so we got Hela, Doc Ock, Quake. We've got some revives on the path. Punisher 2099. And then we got Doc Ock. Oh, actually, that's the path we're coming from. Just kidding. Let's go against my Bay Quake, you know? That should be pretty standard fare. This is definitely going to be longer than 10-minute video, which I try not to do. But I just wanted to get a little glimpse. What's going to annoy me, though, is if we get 0 event quest completion points. That's going to be its own video. Oh, look at that. I dexed the special 1, and still my health is almost gone. And I can't even fire a special 2 or else I'll get knocked out. I can't get to a special 3. Never mind. Ability accuracy reduction, y'all. Alright, we're going for Nick Fury on this one. Also, to see 7 stars as defenders is a bit jarring. Okay, I've missed 2 parries in a row. There we go. Alright, she's gone. I don't know. I talked a little bit about this, because before, when you explored Cav event quests, you got a really good chunk of Tier 6 Basic and Tier 3 Alpha. Now it feels like they've just moved that for exploring Thronebreaker, which is obviously way harder. This feels like a little bit of a cash grab more than it is like, hey, we wanted to help out our player base, which I guess I shouldn't be totally surprised by. I've got friends who say, Prof, just use Hercules for everything anyway. This may be the case. Or I might just need to bring in Hercules after this. And don't get me wrong, we needed a new challenge for Event Quest. I'm not ever denying that. Especially considering this is finally Thronebreaker difficulty when we're all at the top Paragons and a special 3. Of course, this felt like an all or nothing node where he wasn't going to fire off anything until he had 3 bars of health. But now at least he's the real Nick Fury. And after this, we just have the boss. But yeah, whenever Kabam uses exclamation marks, I get really kind of nervous. And they used a bunch of exclamation marks when they talked about how it's Thronebreaker difficulty. It's so exciting. Is it? Is it? Maybe? Alright, so this first ghost boss. Power Thief miss. Whenever the attacker misses, gain a Power Thief passive. The defender's special attacks are passively unblockable. Stun immunity. Redlining. Encroaching stun. Alright. I'm going to use Nick Fury first. Won't last that much long. Remember, stun immunity. Can't parry. So that's what I do. I like to just hold block on this. And then bait her heavy. Boy, she is melting. Come on. Okay. Fire that special one. Please? I said please. Okay. This is easy. Just fire it again. Yeah, we may not need anyone besides 20% Sir Nicholas Fury. Down to... Oh, yep. Alright, well, see, that was the best fighting I did. All video. Alright, here's the $1 million question. Are we going to get Cav Event Quest points? And here's the other thing. We just completed it, and we're getting the Server Wheel of Death. Okay, there you go. I was worried it was so new that it was going to make the game shut down. We've seen that before, too. Alright, so 150,000 gold, some ISO. Okay. Now the big question. Is it worth any Event Quest completion points? 3,000? 3,000 Event Quest completion points for Thronebreaker difficulty is the equivalent of completing Chapter 3, Quest 1 and Uncollected. That's pathetic. And also Chapter 1, Quest 2 and Cavalier. Kabam really screwed the pooch with that one. Well, we jumped into it for the first time. What do you think, YouTube? It seems pretty standard, but again, if I interpret this correctly and we've lost that special objective to explore Cavalier because they took the rewards that we got automatically for that and then put them into Thronebreaker, not cool. Not a good thing in my book. Good luck to everybody who's jumping into new content.